right, welcome back to another episode of Knicks Morning Coffee. We're here today. It's the day after Thanksgiving, so we hope all y'all had a safe and blessed day with your family and friends. Yeah, I left your house, Joey, about 12 o'clock. So, how long y'all stayed up?
Till like 3:30.
Oh no, see, guess I'm getting old.
Yeah, I just made it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
All right, so before we get started, we want to thank a lot of y'all. We asked a lot of y'all last week to subscribe and share, and a whole lot of y'all did that. So, from us to y'all, thank you. But we're gonna jump right into, man, because what happened?
Before we jump into it, as y'all put y'all plates in the microwave and y'all got the show on, just hit the like button real quick. Hit that like button. Give y'all some time. Press the numbers on your microwave. All right, let's get into it.
All right, so what happened in free agency? Remember, last week everybody was happy-go-lucky. We was happy-go-lucky because the draft went good, better than good, and then we was waiting on that big splash, because they said they were going to spend a lot of money in free agency. But as you see, it turned out we didn't even make a ripple. So, what happened with that?
I was still fine with what they did because if we couldn't get nobody, I remember we were saying when we first started doing this that don't just give anybody the money. If it doesn't make sense, don't do it. So now it's like the Game of Thrones. Right now, we like Winterfell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was
get it together.
The thing for me though was, and that's cool because I don't hate what we got, but the only thing that came out of the Knicks camp, and this is from probably some of the more known beat writers that you might can trust. The only thing that came out of their camp through this whole process was they're going to make a big splash in free agency in terms of taking on an expensive contract from a superstar. So yeah, we did have the right to expect something like that, and that just didn't. Yeah, that ain't happened.
Every time for sure, I think we getting somebody. I thought we was getting Ingram. I know.
Yeah, and Ingram just signed too. Yeah. So there are a lot of key people, got away. I mean, you look at our whole top of the board went soon as free agents started. Well, the people that we thought a lot of us assumed they would go after. And I know by getting Obi, which was a great pickup in the draft, to me that still should not have eliminated the stretch four. Even though he can hit the shot and he still get his minutes, but we still need to shore up that position. So that I don't think we could have still went that way. We could have still got a stretch four. But my thing though is the whole talk of this week of everybody saying, the Knicks playing chess.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And you said it too.
Yeah.
But
it's the Game of Thrones.
I play chess. So then we going sideways. And if the Knicks is playing chess, who are you playing chess with? Because I think if you're playing chess from how that unfolded, is that Leon Rose, then you're playing chess against Tom Thibodeau. See, so this is how I'm going to break this down. My theory of it, because we got Leon Rose, to me, excellent pickup. We picked up all these assistant coaches who are development coaches, which is excellent pickup for rebuilding. Then you turn and then you hire Thibodeau, knowing his pedigree of trying to win now and being hard on rookies and young players. So okay, if you're tanking, you're not going to use the word tanking because you got too much credibility around the league for that. But I think what you probably trying to do is you disguising tanking because you know that no matter who you get, Thibodeau is going to try to win. So, and you can't convince him. Okay, you can make him develop because you're management, but you can't make him say, okay, don't play this person, don't play that person. So you give him a roster that no matter how hard he coaches, then that team can't win, no matter what he do. But I think that this kind of backfired on management if that's the route, because you gave him guys that could hit shots. See, remember in the past, the Knicks, we've had teams that play hard on defense. This is just new, to the new era. They don't see the Knicks playing hard D, but the Knicks had a whole pedigree of playing hard D. We just didn't have enough O. So now some of the guys you gave him, okay, you may want to tank on the low, but you actually gave him guys that if the game is close, they can hit an open shot. Alec Burke is a good pickup. He can hit an open shot. Everybody wanted Beasley, but he's not. He's just like Beasley. So the game is close. You get a Quigley that you got out of Kentucky. He can hit an open shot. You know what I mean? So you did things that you may try to sneak in a tanking team, but at the same time, I mean, with Tibbs coaching the way he's able to coach and staying on guys and holding everybody accountable, that if it come down to the wire and the right players call, Bullock or one of them guys that's known for shooting, they're gonna be able to knock down that shot now. So you might think you're tanking because Vegas has us at 22.5 wins. Okay, you can't argue with it most of the time that they're right, but I think because the Knicks are going to play harder than they did in the past, and I think because you do have some real guys that can shoot and put the ball in the basket, that number might be too low. To me, I don't know what you think about. And we ain't even worried about how many wins the Knicks going to get. But when we watch the games, we watching the game, when you're looking at it, you want to win every game you're watching.
Yeah.
So
when I look at the roster and the moves, it doesn't look like they tanking to me. It looks like they just getting right pieces and making them more appealing for the next coming years. Because remember, you said they're ex-agents, so I think they thinking about who's gonna want to come to the Knicks in the future.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Without having to trade for them. So I'm really thinking they just making the Knicks look appealing because to me, they look appealing for somebody to want to come. So it's almost like they know money got low because of the virus. And they know players going to be looking where to go. And if they got the most money to offer, I'm pretty sure somebody's going to come here.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, they'll do that. But
because they could have just traded, to me, when you think about it, they could have really just traded for anybody and got rid of somebody we know we wanted. You know what I mean? We still had Knox. People still want Knox. Randall, we could have got somebody for. And then, did we still have Dennis Smith Jr.?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So we still got him. And then, I think they could have made a trade, but they wasn't going to take no shorts. And that's what I like.
Yeah, but where did that come from? Like, the why factor in all this is how did that happen? Like we said, we got the CAA guy and we got the Kentucky connections. And then now it seems like we got to throw in the Utah Jazz connection because we picked up another, assistant coach, and one of the players we picked up had Utah Jazz ties. So you did get the players that came from those guys' background, but you didn't get the right players. So why didn't we was able to get those bigger name players that they had then?
I mean, look. Everybody that's a big name really look like they went. It looks like for the contract. That's really
but we had the money. Everybody that signed, we had to. And I'm not knocking the Knicks. I'm just trying to figure out what went wrong between 6:00 that day. That because a lot of the names we wanted, they signed right away. Like within the hour, most of them were already gone. And for contracts that you could do. So I'm trying to figure out, like, in the thinking of what happened, what transpired in the war room of why we didn't actually present a contract. And I'm sure some of them we probably did and just didn't get out. But why didn't we hit some of them up? Like Ingram. Why didn't we hit him up with a contract right away? Like, I thought we should have just attacked the point guard and the small forward position when we had all the cap space. And then right away we started chipping it away, $6 million to this guy, $1 million to that guy, $5 million, we could have got all of that after we got the two big fish, and two big fish that could have still helped you while you're still developing. Then you could have plugged in the other guys. So I was just trying to figure out, because nothing can come out about it, of why.
I think that big push is for next year. I think they just going into the season with a strong team, and then that push is going to be for next year. I think this team is supposed to be I told you we can turn it around. I think this is going to be locker room healthy. All these players kind of know each other in a way.
Yeah,
you got a whole lot of ties with
top picks,
that they could probably sit down and say, "I need you to produce." Remember, we got players that we just taking them from anywhere usually, and you can't even probably really talk to them. There's no superstar that can get in their face. There's no nothing. So I think these players are just gonna play.
Yeah, and a lot of them was a star on their, in their own right at one time or another. Mm. I mean, to me, Nerlens Noel, I always wanted him. Mm. But then the wide thing to me is we got him, but maybe we could have got Whiteside. I mean, but he's a good pickup. He's a Kentucky guy, but he'll be healthy in the locker room. He's not going to make no waves, but he's definitely going to anchor that defense. And when Mitch goes out, he's rim protector all day long. So we're good. We're good at center because you can always still slide Obi, open to center. So we good and stretches anyway. So we good there. I was just trying to figure out, because the Knicks now, they definitely didn't say anything of what transpired. But even after now that all that was said,
I think if something happens now, not every Knicks fan is gonna probably be happy. I know if something happens right this moment, it's almost going to feel like desperation. I don't want them to do. I like how it's going now.
Oh, so you didn't see the thing this morning or yesterday about that mess with John Wall for Randall, Frank, and DSJ. Like, I mean, they're holding on to some money for something. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. So now, remember DSJ, we probably not going to play. Randall. Yeah, I know how we feel about Randall on this channel. I mean, that's our guy, but that behind the back, he need to be more disciplined.
But we can't say DSJ probably not going to play.
But I know, probably not. But remember, he didn't play all last year, so it doesn't really, as Knicks fans, it doesn't really do nothing for us because we don't know where his head is at anyway. So
yeah, but remember,
we can't go through that no more.
They said when Tibbs came, they said he believed in. Now, sometimes people say that, but why did he single out? DSJ, but they said he believed in DSJ.
But Wall, it does look good with RJ Barrett. Remember RJ Barrett's frustration. He want to run. His eyes is open to look, and nobody's running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or he takes off running, and he's basically just doing what he's supposed to do, and then it's just reset. So my only problem with these players like John Wall, Chris Paul, I don't want to start no controversy, and that's probably enough for another show. But they don't got no rings neither. To me, they had teams, and they clearly can't do it with the players they had. So we don't got no Bradley Beal right now in the Knicks, and he had Bradley Beal. He had a couple of centers. So if he ain't do it over there, what makes you think he gonna come over here in the Knicks and do it?
Yeah.
So I'm not trading no players away just to get him.
Nah, they don't need to mold their foot under that.
Like, who would you even put with John Wall to be good, like Paul George or something? I don't know. Like, who would you even put with him?
I mean, you would have had to you would need another with John Wall. You would need shooters first.
He's going to. We wanted Chris Paul. Y'all can't tell me. Remember, he had Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan and.
But I know, but
if you wasn't going to win with that, I know. And for granted, you in the West, but if you wasn't going to win with that, what was he going?
Yeah, but they wasn't getting Chris Paul. They was getting him for a coach's setting. You know what I'm saying? Like
coach's setting, but he trying to win.
Yeah, I mean, for that money he making, he trying to win.
Who you going to win with? That's what I'm saying. So these players don't have no rings. The only players that's getting rings right now is the players that's going with somebody that makes sense. Or, LeBron. So if you're not going with none of them, who you going with? Antetokounmpo. He got Middleton over there. He got a team over there in Milwaukee. They be looking good. They be number one all year long. Who you going to win with? So that's my question. Like, as Knicks fans, who do we really want? I'd rather just turn it around and be like Jimmy Butler in the Heat at this point. Like, just look good. Don't even go to the playoffs, at the end of the season, look good, and make us more appealing.
Yeah. But that was another option until the news came out about them spending for the big contract. That's the way we thought they would go. The Miami route. That's the route. And then hard to even say the Miami route because I think that a lot of luck fell their way. Having guys that Jimmy can deal with, you know, guys that wasn't getting on his nerves, you know, and their work habits. So, and then the luck just fell right in their favor. All right, so then where do the Knicks go then from here? Now that they do have money for a major player still, but now you only get one. So, and whoever that one is probably just a contract for a year or two. Because next year is supposed to be a big draft, and then it's also supposed to be a big free agent signings. So whoever they get is only going to be for a year or two. So where do the Knicks go from here now if they stand pat? Because even our guards that we got 4 guards. We're not keeping 4, and I didn't even count Quigley, you know, who plays point. So we got 4 guards, right? So who we letting go? And now what do you think with Austin Rivers? I ain't really that crazy about Austin Rivers. I mean, he can play D and he can knock down the shot. That's the plus, because none of our guards can knock down the shot. So we brought back Peyton, which having the 2 of them, one or 2 got to go. So what guards you think are gonna leave the Knicks before the season starts?
If we didn't already, Ntilikina probably going. I think they're probably done. And Dennis Jr. is probably on the trading block or something. So
You think Ntilikina's done?
Yeah, I mean, I want him, but I don't think they're gonna keep him.
No, we should though, because we should find a way. Because he's a utility. He can guard 3 positions. He's a utility guy, and he can knock down a shot. He's just too robotic for me.
I mean, if they're smart, I don't think they're looking at what he could be anymore. I think they're looking at potential right now. I think they're looking at. I know we always had this conversation. A lot of these players come in the NBA and they ready. Why Knicks? Why we gotta wait for you to just get ready? A lot of these players is ready and getting better.
I know.
So Ntilikina, how long has it been? I mean, we always getting rid of our players, but there's not a lot of players that really go to another team and really do that great. They usually go to a team that's already doing good. That's like Ntilikina right now. We let him go and the Lakers pick him up or something. Like, yeah, he gonna get his ring, but they ain't playing him.
But they would play him for defensive purposes. But yeah, this is something that Ntilikina and Knox right now have to take a real hard self-evaluation, because you look at what Donovan Mitchell and Tatum and them guys, the contract they just signed. They just signed for almost $200 million and what they call a rookie max. So now y'all in line, y'all should have been able to get that type of contract right now. And you're not getting nowhere near that, you and Knox and some of y'all young ones that we got. So now you got to definitely take a hard look at yourself and say, dag, these guys came in, I got drafted before him, and they're signing almost $200 million contract.
Yeah, I mean, Knox, he can only blame himself. I don't think he had multiple chances to do his thing, and it wasn't. And for granted, it's not like Randall just holding everybody else up. He just going out there balling, and y'all just looking at him.
Yeah, because Knox might be I mean, unless he has his breakout year, he might be a stretch 4 in the making. He might be one of them solid, because we asking him to do too much, and his personality is just not coming out. And then he could be your come off the bench stretch 4 and just drill shots, drill deep shots. Don't worry about all that other stuff. But he can take you off the dribble and do some things. You know, so hopefully when they get into training camp December 1st, all these coaches put that stuff together. Because I saw a picture somebody put up, and then I reposted it, of the one with Woodson and Payne. I guess they was doing some drills, but how hard they was looking at something. So I would imagine that Thibodeau was going over some defensive assignment, and then they had to really zero in and study it. You know, and I thought that was a good sign, that when I said that even the coaches got to learn. But if they're going to zero in like that, and then we get into practice, and they can relate that to the players, all the coaches, you know, not just one, because it's going to take all of our coaches to turn this stuff around. And all I'm looking for is when the season starts, is that we get out there and play hard every day and give ourselves a chance to win at the end of the game. and then we just look up, a few months from now and see where you at.
Yeah, I don't think there's no need to worry. Remember, look at Golden State. They got Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. They drafted those players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So look at us.
Yeah.
You can't tell me who was that? RJ Barrett didn't look good. You can't tell me Obi Thompson wasn't Obi Thompson not gonna look good. Toppin, my bad. It's not gonna look good. Mitchell Robinson. Y'all can't tell me he's not gonna look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's 3 right there. So anybody that add to them, they probably gonna just try to see how they look on the court.
And we gotta let them play. But it still don't hurt to be a little bit critical, because all right, for instance, I watch Legion of Knicks podcast. So then the guy, on there, people were saying last week on his show, he had a live, that he was being a hater and critical of the Knicks. And then he was saying, Guillermo was saying that he wasn't. But to me, and to his defense, you can be. I mean, because when you're a Knicks fan, especially somebody older like me, and they don't give us no more credibility, nobody else. But when you've been a Knicks fan as long as we have, the older guys, you have the right, to me, to criticize the Knicks sometime, because it all comes from love, because we die hard Knicks fans. You talking about ride or die, and most of the time we die. But he had the right. He got the right, to me, sometime, to question a move and make it critical, because this is what being NBA fans, especially Knicks fans, is all about. We hard on our teams, but we love you. A second later, we right back to loving you again. So I think when people was coming at him on his show, to me, that's no. He has the right to do that. Like, we got the right to get mad, because if you into the Knicks the way we are, you go through so many emotions in a game. There's no way you like F them 1 second, and the next second we jumping up, we high five. Just that quick is how it happened. So I mean, hell, what's my biggest thing when I go back to the Knicks? I think I always tell you this story, that the best 2 players that we ever had never played together, which is Bernard and Patrick. Bernard is hurt. We draft Patrick. Okay, then Bernard comes back. Patrick's hurt. And then next year we trade Bernard, and he go on, win the All-Star MVP, stuff like that. So we've been through some stuff as Knicks fans, and then we got the right, if we want to sit up there and act like we mad about something for a short period of time, we got the right to do that. Hell, Knicks put you through some stuff. So, and then it was another show.
Stuff ain't the word. You remember trying to go to school after the Knicks game?
Yeah.
After you almost winning and losing the fourth quarter? Come on, Chad. Yeah. Y'all know how that go.
Yeah, so people got the right to do that. And then I saw another show. It was, and these are also good shows too. So I'm sure a lot of y'all, if you're not already subscribed to these shows, you definitely need to jump on them. But the Nothing But Knicks podcast, the Raw Hebrew, which is excellent. Plus he's older too, like us. So I like the way that we come at the game, because we just, young guys, y'all got y'all's way of seeing the Knicks, and then at least we've seen them win before. A lot of the young guys, that great that y'all love the Knicks, but y'all really haven't seen, other than maybe the 90s, y'all really haven't seen some of the good.
What year was that when it felt good when Stoudemire was there? It definitely did.
Oh no, yeah, y'all got that.
We did have that, and then we made it to the playoffs, and we thought they was gonna do something. We was actually arguing about this last night, and the Pacers came in and it was dirty.
See, I didn't want to go into my theory with that one.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah. Then if you stay up late at night, there's a show called Nick at Night. So if you're a night owl, it's a lot of good content out there to look at. But we want to thank y'all for tuning in, especially last week. Big ups to y'all for that. But what we're gonna do this week coming up is, because now by the time training camp starts Tuesday, so now that's going to give us more to look at, and hopefully a lot of that is put on film, so we can digest it.
Yeah,
and then we'll see where the Knicks is at, when they get on the floor and how they mesh and how they gel. But because we do have some shooters and some scorers on the team this year, that's going to make the games even more exciting because Tibbs is going to bring it, on the defensive end. So all we got to really do now is have guys that can put the ball in the hole. And we got some guys that can do that. They're not big household names, but if you're a Knicks fan, I think we're going to be happy with the way the season, start going.
Yeah.
So you want to add something?
Hit the like button. Subscribe. That's it.
All right.
Put your coffee cups in the comment section. Hit that like button. Save your brother some turkey.
Yeah, I'm about to get me something right now. All right, y'all. So enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend, and we'll see you next week. Peace.